Iontophoresis machines. What's the deal? I've had palmar and plantar hyperhidrosis since I was 12. For me, it was probably as bad as it ever gets. I was actually dripping with sweat until using an iontophoresis machine. I'm only 15 days into the treatment now, but already the sweating is reduced by at least 85%. It's like it's a new day. At first I was shocked that the iontophoresis machine worked at all, but now I'm hoping that even 100% dryness is near for me on the horizon. When I first heard of the iontophoresis machine, it was another story. I was truly skeptical, and it actually struck me as kind of a quackery on the order of 19th century electrical healing devices. It didn't help to learn that the iontophoresis machine had been used since at least 1952, yet doctors in our area in the USA knew little to nothing about it. As a result of this sad lack of information on the iontophoresis machine for hyperhidrosis, which makes you think it must not work or someone would offer it, right? I tried just about everything else under the sun short of surgery, even Botox injections. And it wasn't until even that had failed that I started looking very skeptically and with some desperation into trying an iontophoresis machine. The one iontophoresis machine you do occasionally hear about in the US is the Dryonic, so I began to grill any past users of Dryonic machines that I could find. For a few, it did seem to work, but for the vast majority, and especially those with extreme hyperhidrosis, it was no solution, having either no or very limited effect. Some said the home-use Dryonic iontophoresis machine just isn't strong enough, while others complained of the expensive battery that must be bought from the company and frequently replaced. I also found that it's not uncommon to see Dryonic iontophoresis machine units for sale used, which implies to me that they're far less than sufficient in a significant number of cases. Next, I broadened the search looking for a full-strength iontophoresis machine, preferably one that could be plugged in rather than using batteries. The best of them, intended for use in a clinic setting, seemed to be the Fischer MD1A, sold in the US, and the Idromed 4 GS or PS out of Germany. It wasn't long before the Fischer iontophoresis machine ruled itself out. First, the MD1A is only available with a prescription. Thus, you must happen to live in an area where the dermatologists even know of the iontophoresis machine as a treatment for hyperhidrosis at all. And in the US, most don't. If you can find a prescribing local doctor, the next problem is that they'll expect you to go through the entire Drysol through Botox elimination process again, waiting for everything else to fail first before considering anything that they don't have at the office. And it seems that none of them have an in-office iontophoresis machine. The Fischer company also offers very little information to patients, catering only to doctors. They make an informational CD for doctors, but what doctor is going to pay $50 for that? So that a patient can buy their own iontophoresis machine once and never have to return for $3,000 Botox injections again? It's like. Thus, I was determined to go with what appears to be the top iontophoresis machine of the line, the Idromed 4 PS, as offered through several online retailers since they had a complete warranty, and it was the best price we could find, and uniquely a full money-back guarantee that it would work. This mattered to me because the truth was I really didn't expect the iontophoresis machine to work at all. Now, seeing that the iontophoresis via the Idromed 4 actually does work, I can only conclude that its currently unavailability in the US, unless you buy it online, is due to bureaucratic stupidity. The US is simply behind the times with iontophoresis. This is to say, the unavailability of the Idromed in the US appears to be an issue of red tape and possibly lack of consumer awareness of its existence. I don't recommend things lightly, but if others in the US are suffering with hyperhidrosis and can afford to get hold of an Idromed 4, don't let the red tape bias or even the provincialism of the American medical establishment scare you out of it.